Welcome back. Once again, you've displayed a skill and determination that few possess.
I've seen worse.
Perhaps I should make proper introductions.
No need to tell me who I'm addressing. I'm Theron Shan, Republic SAS, and your new ally.
Hi.
You could always join the Empire. I think you'd make a welcome asset.
I'm oddly flattered. Not even going to consider it, of course, but flattered.
The way we were fooled by Darth Arcus, the same happened to Theron, except with the Colonel.
And between what you found down in that lab and what Lana and I pieced together, I can tell you they're both traitors.
Arcus and Darrok are in league with a dangerous movement. A shadowy cult known as the Order of Revan.
Dun dun dun.
The Order of Revan's no secret to me. I had run-in with them on Drummond Cars.
In an earlier incarnation, perhaps. They seem to have grown strong and bold, very bold. The Order of Revan used to operate in the shadows of Imperial space, but now their ranks include at least one major Republic figure.
That means I can't trust my people and Lana can't trust hers. Present company excluded. And if the Revanites are building an army of cyborgs...
Don't care about any of this. I want revenge on the people who left me to die twice.
This is Jakaro.
And I am C2D4, former translator to Her Eminence Queen Lena of Onderon.
Hey, Jakaro, how would you feel about helping me track those two down?
I can help. I have many contacts over the galaxy, but I do the
We'll
driving.
talk about it. Lana, will you be joining us?
We don't yet know how deep the Revanites' influence runs. I must learn what I can from within the Empire. You've done well here, as expected. We'll speak again soon. Our work here is done.
So I was wondering where I heard that voice from before. Now, she's done some voice acting for Dragon Quest XI, Total War Warhammer 2, and Greedfall, all of which I've played. But none of those are what I recognize her from. What I recognize her from is Final Fantasy XIV. She was the original voice actress for Lucia. I don't know if she's the final one, but she is the original one. Where am I going? Oh, go to the Imperial fleet. Okay. Lucia. Don't worry about it. You don't know who it is. Don't worry about it. She's awesome, lady. I know that narrows it down, especially in FF14. Now, thankfully, nobody would dare donate right now. That would just be the worst. Like, I'd have to just unleash lightning and... Oh, hello, Act. Thank you very, very much for that sub. Give me a moment. I will jot that down. Gates 2 infinity. Gates to infinity. There it goes. Done. Thank you. Hang on. Different playlist. Different playlist.
I was about to send out a search party.
Sorry, I had to confirm something.
Nap.
Next time, try not to get so banged up.
I was about to send out a search party.
Sorry, I had to confirm some things before coming to see you. As I suspected, the Order of Revan as it once existed is no more. A bit of a shame, really. The Revanites' pragmatism may have been anathema to the Sith, but there was something appealing about it.
You should know that I was made a Revanite.
After crossing Darth Arcus, I doubt your membership stands. Not that the Revanites of now resemble the group as you understood it. The Order of Revan, as it stands now, doesn't wish to change the Empire from within. It aims to destroy us completely, and the Republic along with us. I've not yet learned why or how, but Theron Shan might. He appears to be rather good at his job.
With ears in both camps, we'll be better off against whatever threat the Revanites pose.
I'm glad you feel that way. I admit I was concerned you wouldn't take to the idea. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
I hate this goddamn game and everything about it.
What do we know about Colonel Darroch?
Like Arcus, Darroch held a great deal of sway. With the two of them combined, there's no telling how many are secretly working for them. I should get to my investigation. Whatever Arcus's Revanites and their infinite army has in store for the galaxy, it can't be good. May the Force ever serve you.
An interesting statement. May the Force serve you. You're probably thinking to yourselves, Laura, why don't you just stop muting yourself? So, first of all, there's good reason to mute myself during those cutscenes. It's because I'm usually doing paperwork during them. Which means, you know, typing. Which means the mic occasionally picks up the typing, which interrupts the cutscene. So obviously there's plenty of reason to do that. Second of all, and far more importantly, it's an extremely common muscle memory thing, and indeed a good thing for every reason, to mute myself anytime, you know, the game is playing audio that I don't want to interrupt. It's complete muscle memory, especially since, and the way I have it set up, it's my asterisk button on the numpad. So it's literally, I could just do this. I don't even have to remove my hand from the mouse to mute and unmute myself, which is entirely the point. So I just have that mute and unmute thing right there. I've been doing that for years. I am not going to spontaneously stop doing the correct thing for every game ever except this one, just because this one game is screwed up about it. Also, I'm not even sure I'm capable of doing that. Where am I going? Not to Colicoid War Games. Okay. Oh yeah, and as a reminder, I haven't seen anything from this point onwards. Like, I know 2 factoids going forwards, and both of them are really surface level.
Glad to see you again, as always, but I'm afraid any further niceties will have to wait. I know I've mentioned before a strange disturbance within the Force, a sort of writhing mass tied to Darth Arcus. I thought I'd use my connection to Arcus to seek out others tied to the disturbance, Revanites working against us from within. I found a few.
If we could convince them that they were wrong to betray the Empire, they'd be compelled to help us.
It's too late for that. From what I've been able to gather, it's clear their devotion to the Order of Revan is unshakable. Theron Shan helped me decipher coded messages between the Revanites. Due to interference on Manaan, they've accelerated their schedule.
Now that they know they're up against us, who could blame them?
Darth Arcus is intelligent, manipulative, and immensely powerful. We mustn't get overconfident. There's another way.
Do you have any idea who I am?
Theron's traced his activities to Ricardo.
Him and him and him.
He and Colonel Darroch are building their infinite army.
Really?
And there's more. The implants they're using, they're made from pieces of the Star Forge.
The Star Forge. There was a machine on Nar Shaddaa that was built from it.
Hold up.
I'd heard rumors. It required virtually nothing to create almost anything. That was the Star Forge's power as well. The Star Forge was a Force-imbued, self-sustaining shipyard, Rakatan. It was destroyed centuries ago, but the Revanites have recovered some of the wreckage. Its technology makes the soldiers nearly immortal, seizes their minds as well, placing them under the Revanites' full control.
A generous orbital bombardment should take out Arcus, Darok, any other Revanites, and their infinite army.
We need to learn the shape and extent of the Order of Revan. Blasting their leadership out of existence from afar won't help. We will see Darth
I'm not
Arcus
sure I agree
for
with
these
that.
crimes. Most importantly, we'll stop the Order of Revan before the balance tips in their favor. Theron and Jakara are waiting for us planetside. The sooner we depart for Rakata Prime, the better.
The further in you get, Evo, the more mandatorily solo it is. If that answers your question. Yeah, as in can't co-op, can't group. Gonna be interesting when we get there for the stream. I mean, I wouldn't mind a new outfit, but I don't know what it could be. Like, one of the reasons we settled on this was, honestly, most of the outfits in this game kinda suck. No offense. If you actually remember, Malachor, this is actually 3 separate outfits combined. So... no. Nietzsche's stupid, act. And I spit upon him. There we go. I wouldn't name a character after that. I would name a character after Waveman, though, because Waveman is awesome.
Jakaro, D4.
Jakaro! Is there at least a modicum of respect?
Hey, we're set to move on the Temple of the Ancients when you are.
That's the traitor's base of operations.
Yeah, the Rakata designed the Star Forge in that temple thousands of years ago. Now it's Arcus and Derek's grunt factory.
This is where I
Theron
think
and
it
I will be
is.
monitoring your progress from Jakaro's ship. We'll assist you as we can, keep you apprised of matters.
Yo, what? Jakaro, I agreed to no such thing. Wait, was this the talk with Agent Sean you powered me down for?
Should warn you, it's a rough road to the temple. The area's lousy with tribal Rakatans more than happy to fight. Found that out the hard way.
Wonderful! We're all going to die! Wonderful!
Remain focused and all will be well. I'm sure of it. We'll be in touch soon.
So Manon and then unnamed planet. Well, I have no opinion of Lana yet. I have no opinion of Theron yet, other than the fact that he's voiced by an amazing actor. The Wookiee is irritating and boring, and the droid is irritating and funny. Any questions? Let's see, what would be a good playlist for here? Let's go with this one. Troy Baker, Crazy Horse. No, Zach Dev. I don't think I've ever actually compared a Wookiee to Chewbacca in general. The audio is the irritating part, Damashi. I like some of his dialogue, but yeah, there's clearly something messed up with his audio modulation. That's the irritation. Listen, I'm just so powerful with the Force, I ripped a space station out of a star. Intact. God. I hope that's not actually the explanation. But I don't think the Star Forge is actually intact anyways. I think what we're seeing is that piece that Revan ripped out forever ago has just been propagating over the last 3 centuries, like we saw in Nar Shaddaa, and that's actually what they're using. Also, can we just all agree, can we toss all of the Starforge pieces? All of them? Just into a star? Just be done with them? Unfortunately, no, Mr. Red. It was really good, though. It is in Tor, Rama! I guess we're going this way.
We'd hope to avoid much of the tribal area, but the terrain doesn't appear to be cooperating with us. You'll have to pass through the Rakatan settlement to get to the temple. It's further along the beach.
I wouldn't call that terrible, Evo, but that does make me raise an eyebrow a little bit. Since I personally consider the Starforge to be one of the best super weapons in Star Wars history. Actually, the best super weapon in Star Wars history. So why do you find it terrible? Like, it's a dark side fueled factory that rips a stellar matter out of a star to produce materials. It's a really, really, really big replicator. Hell, it's actually technically more scientifically sound than a replicator, because most replicators in Star Trek use energy, just straight energy reserves, to turn the energy into matter. Yeah, I always feel that there's a difference between good fan service and bad fan service. I have no idea which this one will be. We'll see. Nukes still exist, and off the top of my head I can think of exactly 2 times they've been used in the history of the entire franchise. And both of them were informed to me recently.
Looks as though their arena needs a challenger. If you're going to get past them, you'll have to give them a show they'll never forget.
Okay. I mean, killing all the Rakatans is something I am 100% in favor of. So let's just genocide the Rakatans while we're at it. We've already genocided the Sand People. And the Trandoshans. And the Killiks. And the, Sarlaccs. I can't remember what they're called, but the Sarlaccs. So we've wiped out all those species. Now let's go kill Rancors. Rancors are cool. Look at them. I'm not actually joking. I do like Rancors. I think they're cool. That doesn't explain anything, Evo, but I'll take your word for it. I shan't contradict thee. Okay, you know what? Okay, now you've lost me, Evo. How is a nearly infinite resource well for factories not a great idea? You gotta explain that one to me. You gotta. Like, I'm not gonna argue. You're right about everything, and I'm wrong about everything. But what the hell? If it continues to be an issue, I could just turn down the volume.
I'd say he sensed your presence, but I imagine it's all the commotion. He and Colonel Derek have shored up defenses outside the temple with their new conscripts. You know what to do.
Give them hugs? No, give them donuts. I mean, Lana's voice is fine, and so is Theron, so... This is also why I haven't just turned the volume down yet. So, obviously, everything's going to go into the core, platinum number or whatever, Crazy Norse. But I'm going to review every expansion as one bundle. I'm not going to divvy them up. Because, frankly, that's more paperwork than it's worth. And I don't care. So... I am secretly Darth Puppies. No, because it's already too late for that, Malachor. First of all, we're already past an expansion, and second of all, I wasn't keeping track of the figures that I need for that as we went. So I could give you a bronze number for every expansion. But not just for Rise of the Hutt Cartel.
Overheard some Revanites near your position.
Okay, in the interest of fairness, I probably could reverse engineer that.
I want to do something about that.
I'm not sure how much I care. In fact, I don't care at all. So, how much do you all care about adding to my workload? Because that's what that's going to be. I'm okay with that, if you really care. So, vote now. Do you want bronze numbers for each expansion? It honestly didn't even occur to me to measure each expansion separately. Because they're so not expansions, I didn't feel that it was really worth doing. And yes, great enough. God, I hate you, Ricotta. Okay, well, I agree with all of that, Evo, except with your final conclusion. Starforge is the greatest super weapon in Star Wars. All right, now let's see. It's probably one of the only super weapons that'll endure into the Wars rewrite, actually. Hang on, what you will. Hi, Tyron. Did I say hi already? I personally love the idea of a factory that pulls from stellar matter to create stuff. That's awesome. I don't have anything else to add to that. I will admit, I actually always wondered where the hell they got the people to crew those ships, though. Maybe they were all droids, because Malik really leaned heavily on droids towards the end there, and it makes sense, since, he can produce droids. That would be funny. It's a droid functions ship. I mean, that actually would make sense now I think about it. Yeah, just tanks everywhere. In fact, hang on. Pretty sure I gave the Starforge a plus to story back when we reviewed it. Hang on. Oh wow, I actually didn't give a plus to the Starforge. Holy crap. Granted, it's an old review and doesn't count anymore, but still. It's actually surprising. I probably would nowadays. I also didn't give it a negative to story. I did give it a negative to gameplay because that's one of the worst outros in gaming.
Party for you. More of those cyborgs.
God. See? Droids. I know, they're not actually droids. Cyborgs. Paranoid android. I sure hope not, Ek, but then again, I hope nobody answers your question, because as a reminder, we're in completely unknown territory for me at this point. So if someone does answer that question, they're probably getting a temp ban. Oh my god. I mean, it's such a perfect position in the plot, though. It helps to explain not only what the Rakatan Empire was able to do what they did, but also how they fell, since it was pretty much directly related to that. It perfectly explains how the Sith Empire is able... The Sith Empire. The Sith...
And open a channel there. I'll be able to slice into their systems remotely.
Blade Terval, Darth Terran. It perfectly explains how the Sith were able to actually stand against the Republic at all, despite having all the disadvantages, because it also helps to explain why Malik's tactic of just throwing wave after wave of his own men at the enemy was actually accomplishing anything. And of course, it's a factory. Which is awesome, regardless of all other concerns. It even adds another layer of variance between Revan and Malik, because Revan was smart enough not to use the factory too much, whereas Malik was stupid enough to overuse the factory.
That's it, we're in. Theron?
Okay, according to the structural plans, the only way to get at the head Revanites is through that conscription center. The cyborgs are dormant for now, but they're set to go on high alert once they detect you. A console overload will fry them from the inside. Nope, can't work the power safeties from here. You'll have to do the honors.
A sound plan. Theron, why can't I get this sensor to work?
Because Jakaro isn't a big fan of upkeep. Probably a dead relay. I'll check it out.
Everything's fine.
Now that he's gone, might I recommend not doing as Theron suggests? An overload would destroy the data as well. The Empire might want its own infinite army someday. You would have to fight those cyborgs, but...
Absolutely not. No.
There goes any concern of you getting too cozy with the Republic spy.
Make no mistake.
Was I the only one who voted no? Jesus, people, you're terrible.
We'll do this your way. Hey, what happened? Why is the console still running?
We couldn't make it work. The room will have to be traversed the hard way.
Are you sure? What did you try?
Everything.
If you say so. Hey, those sensor relays were fine, by the way. Not sure what the problem is.
Was. The sensor appears to be working again.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all, lady. Oh, Orkano voted with me. Okay, so Blade Terval and Vigilant are the pure evil ones. Now, Vigilant I know, because, he's the Vigilant. As we already fought. But Blade Terval is apparently pure evil. I didn't know that.
Arcus and Derek must know it's over for them. They've fled to the rooftop where they have a shuttle waiting.
We'll shoot them down if we have to, but we really need the chance to interrogate them.
Get to the roof. Hurry.
No, you're fine, Evo. It's just, it actually honestly amuses me how much we continue to have absolutely nothing like each other. Oh, yeah. Vigilant, excuse me, Blade Tripal. You're not Vigilant. Do you want in the guild, or are you in a guild? I think you're in a guild. Never mind. I think he's in a guild. What's funny to me, Evo, is I actually agree with you about how they could have done more with the Starforge. And of course they didn't. So that's an absence of a positive, not a negative. By contrast, I do absolutely agree with the more I'm saying it out loud, the more I think if we ever do an audit review of KOTOR, the Starforge is going to get a positive or two. Probably just two. It's really, really smart puzzle design writing. It fits perfectly into the narrative. Let's see, how do I spell Blade Tabal's name? There we go. Blade Tabal has declined the guild invite. See, at this point, I'm kind of actively trying to sabotage the Sith Empire, because they sort of need to die.
Wait! Wait! Jakaro still wishes to confront the men who betrayed him and left us for dead. As would I, actually.
But the droid said, "We're coming with you, no matter how much it hurts your ears." At this point, no, the Empire's dead. What's left needs to finish dying so something new can be made of its corpse. Oh, sorry, hang on. Big, doomy music.
What's the matter, Arcus? Shuttle not ready yet.
We Revanites went through a great deal of trouble to reach this point in our campaign. For you to hamper our progress, it's regrettable. You, Lana. You were never anything more than pawns to us. Important pawns, but pawns all the same.
Again, this would work better if this is Harkin, I'm just saying.
I'm appalled that a worm such as you was ever deemed my equal.
Insults? Ugh, it's no surprise that's all you're capable of.
Blah, blah, blah.
This grotesque alien beast does have it partly figured out. Indeed, I won't cooperate, but I'm not fleeing. We will stand our ground and put an end to your perpetual interruption. Colonel?
Dude, do you have any idea who I am? Like, the slightest idea who I am.
If you could see what we were doing, what we want for the galaxy, but you can't see, you'll just have to die.
You're not even trying to explain it to me. You're just deciding to kill me for no explained reason.
We're finishing this, here and now.
I can't wait.
Well, the thing I like best about it is how limited it is, Evo.
Any of you.
Like, it's not actually a true replicator. It can only create crude matter, which is why it can only be used to make things like tanks and ships and guns and droids. Now, that's extremely useful, but it is still limited. He can't make anything with it.
You have them, Arcus!
And, of course, the more he uses it, the more dark side problems it causes.
You should have just walked away!
Which is why Revan underused it and why Malak overused it. I tend to like super weapons with limits. Like, even the Death Star 1 was actually a fairly limited weapon, if you think about it.
We will save the galaxy!
One of the other super weapons I actually tolerate in this setting. Yeah, no, these people are just we're evil for no explained reason.
Yours, Derek.
You gotta do better than that.
Yeah, the Death Star was extraordinarily slow. Required a stupid amount of energy to hyperspace jump at all. cost an amount to build that is hard to properly explain. Pretty much destroyed a planet in the process.
The plan! You think you'll walk away from this?
Yeah? Yeah.
Impossible. It can't be.
Yeah, it also took decades to make. Just decades. Oh, the Crucible. The Crucible is probably going to be 3 negatives at a minimum. Might actually be more than 3 negatives when we get there.
Arcus and Derek were never going to be taken alive. They were never going to talk.
I felt Darth Arcus's passing. This is an unfortunate turn.
Eh, not really. Not unfortunate for me.
Yes, you did. What a relief.
Blasted, those two were running a show. They were our best hope of exposing the Revanites.
No, they weren't in charge. The disturbance in the Force, I still feel it. It's arrived.
Here it comes. Dun dun dun! Big dramatic reveal.
We got company, ships, capital-sized, whole bunch of them. Can't tell if they're yours or ours, but one of them's dropping in to visit.
As important as Arcus and Derek were to the cause, their deaths won't stop us.
Is that an actor?
Even slow us down.
That voice. I've heard it before.
It's Revan.
Dun dun dun! Wow 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 wow!
I almost had the infinite army I wanted so badly. But even without them, I have enough.
Please let me win this one.
I watched you take your last breath and say your last words.
Oh, I was dead. For all of a blink. I've been reborn. My mind is clearer, my power intensified, and now, with the Order under my command, I'm unstoppable.
You're telling me the Revanites weren't always under your control?
At first, I wanted nothing to do with them. I was no prophet. Then I saw them in a new light. A secret group of devotees waiting to follow my lead without question, to help me save the galaxy. I was a fool to ever disregard them. I finally let the Revanites into my world. A world you have to be erased from.
Turbo lasers are locking on! Get out of there!
Yeah, I was about to say, somehow, Revan has returned.
We can't reach your Jakaro ship. Take the shuttle.
Run. Run. But yes, negative to story. Somehow, Revan returned. You know the rule. Even if they do something with it, fake out deaths are still fake out deaths. Is this... Can we just leave? No, it still says... Leave. But it also says return to. God, I hate that line so much, Loner. Yeah, you know what? Okay, sure, whatever. I blame Superman for this. No, really, I do. I know everyone's familiar with Landis's thing, but honestly, he is right about one thing. The death of Superman broke death in comics, and just opened the door for an inordinate amount of fiction to be like, oh, hey! Let's just start bringing people back. But they're dead. Yeah, and? Anyways, Revan's back. Oh, I have no idea, prisoners. super blood. Although that was a lot later, Retu. Like, years, decades, actually, later. Yeah, that's not my Revan. First of all, he's not a she. Now she's on Manon. I just got here, dude. Okay, whatever. Oh, tell me about it, Malachor. Yeah, sorry, spoilers. The Death and Return of Superman story arc involves both the death and return of Superman. By the way, I'm not going to spoil the specifics on the off chance you ever want to read it and haven't, but let's just say that their explanation for how Superman survived Doomsday is extremely stupid. It is, however, not the stupidest death and return I've ever seen in comics. That throne will probably forevermore belong to Captain America. Just, good God, what in the nonsense hell were they thinking with that? Just... oh. Yeah, it's Halloween, Mr. Red. I'm just gonna tell you. So Captain America died, and it was this huge, amazing thing. And yeah, the sniper bullet. So what happened was they shot him with a sniper rifle as he was coming out of the courthouse, right? But the sniper rifle was secretly swapped, so the bullet was this teleporting bullet. I was gonna say, where is everyone? That beamed Captain America into an alternate dimension. Now, you can snark if you want, Mr. Red. But honestly, that is probably the single stupidest thing I've ever seen in comic books. And I followed comic books since the 70s, actually, but, you know. Like, there are some dumb things in comic books, but the frickin' alternate dimension bullet retcon... Anyways. So yeah, it looks like this is a solo-only thing.
You made it.
The way Revan was laying waste to that place, I wasn't sure you'd come out of it in one piece.
What are you talking about? I'm hardly in one piece.
Shut up. Both of you.
Anyway, my point is, I'm glad you got out of there. Any ally right now is a welcome ally.
We took care of Arcus, Darok, and their infinite army. But where does that leave us?
It's a good question. Now that we know Revan's in the picture, everything changes. For the worse. In fact, it's already started.
Whatever do you mean?
I'll fill you in, D4. Come on, Jakaro. Let's give him a chance to talk. Lana, when you're done, we can start picking out backwaters to go lie low in.
Some good news. I was able to extract a good amount of data from the Infinite Army conscription console. Unfortunately, we can't possibly hand it over to our Imperial colleagues. The Revanites have just proven they're everywhere. Jakaro's had 12 death sentences declared on him. Theron's been disavowed by the SIS. And the Empire's placed a bounty on my head for the murder of Darth Arcus.
Whoever's behind this will answer to me.
You know what? I'm sorry. This is becoming an increasing problem.
Wait, anyway.
Wait.
I'll fill you in, D4.
Yeah.
Whoever's behind this will answer to me. Everyone will know you're innocent.
I appreciate that, Roth. I do. But you can't fight this. Our names can't be cleared unless we expose the Revanites. And we can't expose the Revanites without knowing who to expose. The way forward is clear. Theron, Jakaro, and I are going underground. We'll find a way to uncover Revan's plan and stop him.
You can't do it alone. You'll need me alongside you.
Right now, you are the closest thing the Empire has to a soul, Roth. Without you, they'll forget themselves, fall apart. Be who you are, but be observant and tell no one the truth about us or what you know. Above all, do not try to contact me.
I wish you didn't have to go.
It won't be easy for me either. Just know that I'll be thinking of you.
That was actually kind of sweet. Huh.
All our fates ultimately rest in your hands. Remember that.
Yep, we're the main character. Got it. Yeah, I've seen worse. Seen better. Did someone kill the question bot? God dang it. I apparently need to accelerate finding a new outfit, too. If this is just already a problem. I knew it. I knew there was murder in your eyes. You were like, oh, the hands are super powerful, huh? I'll do what everyone does ever and think of a way to defeat. It's so common. It's really strange. Alright. Yeah, sure, Malachor. Hit me right now. I'm done with that now. Oop. No, I don't. I mean, this isn't a terrible outfit, but it's just kind of whatever. So now it's time to begin Shadow of Revan. Okay, so part of why I didn't want to divvy this up per expansion is because we just finished an expansion. Those 4 dungeons were forged alliances. I mean, I love the outfit with the mask, but it would be appropriate for her to take the mask off, given all she's been through.
I am truly honored to serve such a personage as you, Master. History will remember your name. Not mine, but definitely yours.
You get my point, though, Orkono? Like, the way they do expansions is so non-patterned. It's actually kind of irritating to me. It's one of the reasons I've had trouble figuring out what's what for so long in this series. How long till the next expansion? 3 seconds. I wasn't actually expecting that to happen. I'm just gonna assume that my mask wouldn't be on here. Got it. Shizor has returned. God, Broommark's a micro. Get out of here, Broommark.
Whoa. You look like Jaisa did that time she tried Exobor soup.
I had a vision. There was a galaxy neighboring our own, and then nothing. Every star went dim, both in that galaxy and our own. The end of everything.
See, probably just something you ate. Maybe. I hope.
Another galaxy? Would you say it was a dwarf galaxy? Forgive me, my lord. I couldn't help but overhear.
A dwarf galaxy sounds right. What do you know?
There is such a galaxy off the Outer Rim, known as the Rishi Maze.
Rishi?
Yeah, there's a retcon for
I've heard
you.
of Rishi. It's a planet. Some kind of pirate resort? Sounds like a real dive. I've kinda always wanted to go.
I'm not reading your dialogue out loud, Broommark.
You started receiving these recently. Quinn, set a course. We're going to Rishi.
Yeah, that's nothing. We're not reviewing Galactic Starfighter. I mean, we did, but we just counted it as part of vanilla. We're absolutely not reviewing Galactic Strongholds. But yes, the Rishi Maze, probably one of the more well-known retcons in all of Star Wars. Because they wanted a cool shot at the end of Empire Strikes Back without actually thinking about what it meant. What's a good playlist for Rishi? We'll do this for now. We'll play it by ear. Okay, I was expecting a cutscene. It's a lot of weird stuff. No lightsaber, interestingly enough. Just a vibro sword. Alright. Alright, just kind of looking around. Not me.
Wow! The rumors were true! You're here! You're really here!
You know us.
Oh, sure. I've heard you described in great detail. Great detail. You run the Howling Tempest Gang, the most daring, ruthless pirates of the Gordian Reach. Wherever that is.
Yes,
That's
I
right.
totally do.
What's it to you?
Just like a pirate. You're all so touchy. I love it. You'll fit right in here. Seems like everyone in Raiders Cove is going on about you and all your insane adventures. Talk about your tough customers.
You're basic. It's very natural.
My people pick up languages and stuff real easy. Some of us like to be formal. I'm more of a cantina talk type. Speaking of cantinas, you'll want to watch for Goro. He wants to fight you so bad, it's not even funny.
What's a Goro?
Rodian. With the eyes and ears and the snout. He's a supreme something or other, I forget. Really tough for his size. Goro's at the Blaster's Path, local watering hole. Probably washing down some Tonatron jerky with some Antellian fungo lager. I'm not allowed there anymore. Long story. So I hope someone hollows your big fight. Wouldn't want to miss a single bloody shot.
Yeah, I was about to say mushroom beer. That's interesting. Well, hang on. New town. There's no waypoint. Waypoint right there. Is that? You know what? Let's just find out. I actually like mushrooms quite a bit too. Okay, so this is... It's actually good placement. Wow, he's been in a lot of stuff. Don't recognize most of it though. You know what's funny is I was actually eyeballing this suit for someone else. I know they are Crazy Norse. Hang on, I'm gonna play Transmog for a minute. Oh, okay, whatever. Just ignore the helmet for a second. There it is. Oh, I like that. Do you have any others, Malachor? Before I just decide. How much is the Overwatch Enforcer set? There we go. Very appropriate music here. I think I like white over black better than black over white, personally. Or, of course, we could go with this one. Alright. No. 9.5 mil, that's actually not that bad, but I don't want... No, if I was going to do purple, I'd do this. I think colors are consumables? Hang on. I don't even see the color in this thing. So yeah, colors kind of suck. Well, I was gonna wait, but I actually already put together a different outfit, which was this one, but with the hood issue still being an issue. Oh, that's true. I could pull that out. Perfect. So let's just go ahead and remove the die there. And where'd the die go? Where'd the die go? Oh, God. Alright, whatever. Is there any chance I could bug you to buy just the Enforcer's Enforcer, Overwatch Enforcer's breastplate, maybe? Oh, actually. No. Actually, don't buy it yet. Don't buy it yet. Hang on, hang on. Is there something that doesn't have a cape? So we can avoid the cape bug. In fact, actually, this is the wrong outfit. It just occurred to me. I believe I actually need to have that there. Okay, honestly, that's perfect. The Horizon Guards thing. Just the chest, though. Although, let's see what the legs look like. Nah. Interesting face guard. Actually, I really like that face guard. How much are those, Arcana? Oh, that's a damn... Okay, now I gotta know, where do you get those from? Let's see, what do we got? Let's pull up Turista here. How do you procure this? It's a cartel market item. Oh. I can spend money. There it is. Hell, I got that right now. Done. Alright, so. I was going to save this until we hit Cot Fee, but whatever. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, this, this, this. And there it is. Do I want a skirt, which I tend to prefer, or leggings? I don't have a good skirt on me. I just kind of like something like that. Well, hang on. Let's do this first. What is this skirt? Ah, I know where that is. Where's a bank? Is there a bank here? Surely there's a bank here, right? It's a town. Good way to test the town, too. A bunch of crafting stuff. More crafting stuff, trainers, which don't even matter anymore. You can tell how old a particular bit of content is in the game if it still has trainers. I'm not seeing a thing. Okay, to my ship! Don't worry, we'll only be here a minute more.
Galaxy will continue trembling
Shut up!
approach if it knows what's good for it, Master. Maker knows I do.
Oh, I do, Crumpler. Where is it? I gotta be staring right at it. Oh, don't tell me I don't have it anymore. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it is. Excuse me. Sorry, jeez. I'll give you that back in a minute. There we go. That is a nice lower end. Hell, I remember having to go farm to be able to afford skills in WoW. And not buying all your skills in WoW because you didn't have enough money for it. Thing there. It's pretty much the same, That's apparently my real helmet right now. Interesting. There we go. Perfect. Well, close to perfect. Need to fix my lightsaber. Do I have it on me? Looks like I do. Yep, there it is. Perfect. Unfortunately, the lightsaber crystal I really want, I can't even show you, because it's only available via PvP. So we'll just live with this for the rest of the game. Oh, and lawn here. Moving on. If there's maces in this game, I'm not familiar with them. I'm not saying there aren't, I'm just saying I haven't seen them. I mean, there's vibro swords, right? It's pure cosmetic act. Anyways, thank you for the ideas, Malachor and Orcana. Appreciate you. Yeah, vibrate the mace. Blah! What a weird place. Interesting vibe, too. Feels like an Assassin's Creed city. Hold up, we've got mail. From Lana! Darth Arcus sent me a coded message. He explained my services as advisor no longer required. I should not attempt to confront or stop him. He said there are Revanites everywhere, and anyone we choose to turn to could be in league with them. He confessed he initially thought to recruit me, that he'd take me under his wing because he saw me the potential to be a great Revanite asset. He was ready to let me in on the truth of his plans, but according to him, something changes the moment I met you. He sensed a connection, a certain open affinity between us. He said that moment was my undoing. I say he's wrong. Arcus will see it as his undoing. His! And the Revanites! Death to the Revanites! Yeah. No.
I hear you're looking for me. Or someone who fits my description, at least.
Marina, would you explain to this two-time Supreme Hunter the Goto is not intimidated by any Howling Tempest gang scum?
Think you just did that yourself, Goro. Hang on. You're not about to wreck my place again, are you? I'm still filling in blaster holes.
I'd like to clean up their blood, but that should be the extent of it. Too bad. I was looking forward to a challenge.
No, this won't be a challenge at all. Not for me.
I like your style. Might have been fun to share a drink, but people are watching now and I got a rep to maintain. People of the Blaster's path. Watch and see how easily the Howling Tempest gang's best and brightest are disposed of.
You were amusing for a moment, at best. Now die.
Next time, try not to get so banged.
So anyways, they're dead. Why are all of these solo? Is it because I have no people? Am I Gul'dan?
You know, a few blaster marks is one thing. Gives the place some charm. But this...
If you heard Goro before he died, you know I run the Howling Tempest gang. And you know better than to cross me. Someone is about to tell me how everyone on Rishi seems to know I was on my way here. Who will it be?
Everyone's talking about you. Couldn't tell you how it all got started, but I can tell you who gave Goro the idea to come after you.
Don't do it, Karina. You know what Margok would say about ratting out a resident?
If Margok ever pays the tab all you Nova Blades have run up, then maybe I'll start to care what he thinks. Guy you want is Kai Zygon, leader of the Corellian-run scoundrels. A real gem. Goro said Zygon owes you a pile of credits. He hired Goro to take you out for a fraction of what it would cost to pay you.
Where do I find him?
Beats me. It's not like I hang out with the guy. Ask Zygon's crew. They're all over Raiders Cove. Like stinkflies.
Others might not appreciate your cooperation, but I do.
Figure it's either help out, or have a bigger mess to clean up. I can handle the Nova Blades being sore with me. See ya, Goro. Hope your brother doesn't decide this was my fault.
I was gonna say, this almost feels like a BioWare game. And I know that sounds like such a strange statement, but what I mean is this doesn't feel like Tor anymore. I don't mean that as an insult. It just, this doesn't feel like Tor. It's really quite strange. Yeah, let me know when we're there, Arcano. I wouldn't mind seeing them. If you don't mind. Like, yeah, just the vibe, the sentence structure, the cutscene design, the pacing and element of storytelling events. Like, the mere fact that we show up and everyone's like, hey, it's this pirate dude, and we can either act like, huh? Or play along completely. That's very BioWare right there. I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would be. Hey.
I want some information.
No.
Let me try to say that again. I want some information. No, okay, fine. Hell, even this quest is kind of, you know, more BioWare-y.
I'm looking for someone.
Ain't happening.
Talk to me.
You're so dead.
Wow. It's true. He's a mind reader. He is so dead. Look at that. Huh. Impressive. It's gotta be the worst superpower ever. I can tell you exactly when I'm about to die.
I'm gonna be a legendary pirate killer.
Wow. That's so impressive. A lot of psychics around here. You know what it is? I just realized it.
Just don't hurt me!
Hey, that actually shared. Holy crap. So, this is going to sound like an insult, and it kind of is, but you know what it is? They stopped trying to make a WoW clone. I'm serious. Tor was always a bad WoW clone. Just like so many others. And it failed for the same reason they all did. They didn't have the time, they didn't have the investment, they didn't have the understanding, and they had no idea what they were doing.
Next time, try not to get so banged up.
Well, look at this, scoundrels! A visit from...
They're with the Howling Tempest gang.
Making a dramatic pause, Tomoda. I know it's the Hurling Tempest. Kai Zykin. I'm sure you've heard my name, most commonly accompanied by a longing sigh from one of my former conquests. Now here's the deal. The Corellian-run scoundrels may owe you a debt, but it's not coming out of my hide. Take it up with accounting.
You will give me every last credit.
Oh god, Jason doesn't have pants on.
Howling Tempest gang. Every last one. Understood?
Well, I do speak basic, so yeah, understood. And, you know, it doesn't have to get dialed up right away to violent.
Right. Think about who you recently put into Goro's life. Goro, who you hired.
Listen, we can't pay. The freedom to operate in Raiders Cove isn't exactly free. After the Nova Blades take their cut, we're tapped. Not before you get an itch. I do have something of value. Something I know you want.
You tried to have me killed. I don't see why I shouldn't return the sentiment.
I get it. You're not happy with me. But you might be after this. I record all my holocalls, and that includes the one that warned me you were coming to Rishi. I'll show it to you. Tomoda, get my data pad.
You mean your personal data pad? The one you told me you lost?
Oh, that's bad, Tomoda. That's bad.
That's the data pad I already told you I stored in tracking case, so in case you didn't lose it again.
Oh, right! Yes, thank you, Tomoda! I knew there was a reason I kept you around. Here, you could find and unlock the case with this tracer, and you could even keep the data pad. How's that?
I'll take your data pad, but that doesn't mean I'm done with you.
He's not lying. We have little else to give. You'd be better off calling in the debt with our fellow something.
The Whirling Tempest crew don't mess around.
Howling Tempest gang.
Right. That's what I said.
Alright, Jason, hang on. Let me see if I can find your pets again. Pants. Not pets. Okay. Rather than go through the rigmarole here. It's class-based. Of course it's class-based. Why wouldn't it be? Let's see. Is it in my legacy or my regular? I think it's in my regular. I don't remember. Let's see it's in my regular. Let's just drop 1,000,000 credits here. Not really, Grizznor's, no. And let's just do this. Hey, let's go ahead and grab those. And of course I can't access my companion now. Hang on. I'm gonna leave group really quick. Now summon.
You called?
Now put the freaking pants on.
Oh,
There we
yes.
Him. Oh no, Orcano's group is not open to joining. No! I am forever cast out of the group because I was trying to get Jace some pants. Oh well, I must live with my mistake.
What in the...
Really? Really? Game? You are going to give me that data pad, you stupid monkey.
Hands off the monkey lizard!
I'm not... okay.
Hands off the monkey lizard! You'll leave us be if you know what's good for you.
Had enough of your snooping around Corsair territory.
Look, I'm not
You're
trying
going
to...
down.
Okay, look. You can die horribly, or you can get out of my way. And honestly, I'm cool with whatever. So, your call, you know? Okay. Enjoy.
Kaizaikun, greetings. I speak to you now to deliver a warning. The Howling
Oh
Tempest
no, it's totally not Lana Beneco.
Galaxy's most feared pirate associations. They have just now set their sights on Rishi. As you know, the Corellian run scoundrels owe the Howling Tempest gang a great many credits. There is no telling what will happen when you are discovered. I suggest you herald the gang's arrival to draw unwanted attention on them. I'm dispatching several droids across Raiders Cove to do the same. Or you could do nothing and suffer the consequences. The choice is yours.
Interesting chess piece. Alright, let's find a droid. Apparently no droids in here. Wait, what's this? This notice may be of little consequence to you, but I want you to know, I will not rest until the traitor who killed Darth Arcus faces the harshest possible punishment for her cowardly assassination. Surely those who knew her must have been surprised by Lana Beneco's treachery. My lord placed a great deal of trust in her, as did I. However, I do admit I always had this nagging suspicion in the back of my mind. There was something about her, secretive, conniving. I ignored it, and for that I cannot forgive myself. As close as you were to her, closer than any, I would say, I imagine you know that better than I. So, you are aware, I am sending this copy of correspondence to command. It is important to maintain full transparency, as we all strive to adhere to the unfaltering patriotism that Darth Arcus embodied so well. Yep, whoever killed Darth Arcus is definitely a traitor. Oh, there's one I can interact with. Come back, droid.
Who has Kai Zyken so scared he won't even go outside? It's the Howling Tempest Gang.
Wow. Like, honestly, the very concept of a crier droid amuses me greatly.
Greetings to you. Would you like to hear a true story about the legendary Howling Tempest Gang? Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't realize it was you. How exciting. Such a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You should consider yourself honored and fortunate to have this opportunity.
Indeed I do. My master did not prepare me for the sheer measure of awe I would be required to process. Why, in the time since your arrival, you have already defeated the illustrious Goro, brought fear to the Corellian-run scoundrels and Carida Corsairs. Even the Nova Blades have taken notice of you. My master would be most impressed.
You're going to take me to your master, whether you'd like to or not.
It just so happens that my master would like very much to see you, and has authorized me to direct you to a point of contact. Oh, do be careful in your travels. Legend or no, Goro's brother Grum is severely displeased as to Goro's fate.
What's Seraph Industries, Trihexia? No, I'm having more fun than I thought I would be. Probably because, well, we'll get to it. So, probably because of something that's getting a story negative. Let's just call that what it is. Deus Ex 3? I'm gonna complete blank on that, so I'm gonna say I have no idea. They would explode into hot dogs, specifically. Oh, and what I don't like about Nietzsche is that he's an idiot. Where do you think you're going? Yeah, pirate scum, I'm talking to you. The ones who killed my brother.
If you and that Rhodian are related, I'd hate to see what you came from.
We might not have been true brothers, but we were brothers of the hunt. Brothers in glory. Brothers in making pain. I'm banned from 26 systems for acts so unspeakable we don't have words for them. This will not end well for you. You should never have remained in plain sight, because now you die. Nice, sword? Is the word I'm going to use for that? Force choking you there while we're at it. It's actually force chokes are us. He lived. Oh well. That was easily the toughest fight I've ever been in. I can see why Goro fell to you. Your hesitation does me no honor. I lost. Finish it.
We fought, you lost. Live with it. The show is over. Go about your business.
I love this new hat. Hello, extremely mysterious woman, who I do not know who you are. Wait, hang on. I need a new theme for her. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Give me a second. Let's go with... I've got too many options. I was wondering. Oh my god, it's Lana! Da-na-na-na.
Lana Beniko.
The Emperor's wrath. Good to see you again. Any word from your namesake?
Thankfully, no.
Nothing has changed, if that's what you're asking.
Pretty cagey. Think you'd be more open with Lana after all she's sacrificed for your empire.
Hello, Theron.
Is that a good hello or a bad one? Outside of Lana, I can never tell with you Imperial types. Right. Okay, moving on.
The mask sells that. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have the mask on.
The Revanites are here, on Rishi. That's why we led you here under false pretenses. They can't know we're onto them. We need you to go out there and make life hard for the Revanites' allies, the Nova Blades.
I know the Nova Blades are running things in Raiders Cove, but how are they helping the Revanites?
From what we've been able to gather, the Revanites' agents in the Empire and Republic have been feeding the Nova Blades intel on ship activity. The Blades then use that intel to ambush military patrols and key shipping lanes on both sides. They're essentially remapping hyperroutes.
What good does that do them?
That's what we'd like to find out.
Hate to admit it, but I haven't been able to remotely slice the Blades' computers. I have to have their security shut down.
The trouble is, we can't have any suspicion raised that our attack is related to the Revanites' activities.
If I assault the Nova Blades as a member of this Howling Tempest gang, all suspicion is averted.
Yeah, you've got it exactly. Bust up their operations, get their attention, make yourself look legitimate, and then go for the throat.
We have a trusted source who's determined that the Nova Blades' base, a wrecked ship called the Aggressor, contains their entire security apparatus. That's our final target.
And who might that be?
Someone you already know.
Two someones, if we're being precise.
We'll place you in range of the first Nova Blade target. That's where our source is waiting.
It really is good to see you again.
Been hiding out a long time. It's nice to see someone who isn't a complete stranger. Good luck out there.
Yes. May the Force serve you well.
That's right, the Force is my tool! My subjugate... Sorry, that's right. Him. Whoops. Sorry. Back up to here. Just gonna leave this up random. So I'm having a random weird thought. Do me a favor for a second. Remove Vanilla Tor from existence entirely. Just eject it, right? So now that that's erased, imagine if this was essentially the start of Tor. Probably actually start... Well, no, I'm gonna disagree with myself. Start here. Right here. Just, we make our character. We have a vision. We talk to our crew. Actually, maybe just remove the crew. So we're like, okay, we've got to go to the Rishi Maze. All right. We go to the Rishi Maze, and they're like, hey, and all these events just play out. Because if you're paying attention, there's actually a decent amount of exposition here. Probably very naturally woven into dialogue. Probably because this was how many years after Vanilla launched? Like, if I'm remembering correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, these updates were really spaced out initially because of issues at the time that they were having. So, we get a fairly large amount of information on who we are, what the Revanites are, why we care about them, who these two people are, etc., etc., etc. So this could actually serve as a legitimate beginning of a story. I just find that thought interesting. Well, the first problem with Nietzsche is that he's a philosopher. And I don't think I've liked any philosopher in the history of the ever. The second problem with Nietzsche is that he's a moron. And the third problem with Nietzsche is the fact that people overquote him. Does that answer you, Act? I sure hope so, because that's about as much as you're getting out of me. I know the overquoting isn't really his fault, so, granted. But I do get tired of hearing it. Especially from people who have no idea what they're talking about. Xenogears. Oh, sorry. Had some Xenosaga. Ugh. And some Xenoblade stuck in my throat there. Excuse me, that was terrible.
To get so banged up.
It's you! It's really you! I can hardly believe my optical circuits.
See, we're getting introduced to characters that we've known. Wink, wink.
Jakaro and D4, I was hoping I hadn't seen the last of you.
Welcome to Rishi, my lord. Not exactly the paradise we'd hoped it would be.
I like the bird ones. God, his face looks terrifying.
All bluster aside, this planet's inhabitants are not to be trifled with. The Nova Blades in particular are a powerful and organized group. That is why we intend to depower and disorganize them by firing from Jakaro's ship on the targets of your choosing.
They see me causing trouble, and word gets out that the Howling Tempest gang is coming for the Nova Blades.
Precisely! It's nice to not have to explain everything for a change.
I'd
wish you good luck if I thought you'd need it. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, but hopefully that philosopher isn't a moron. That's the problem right there. It still feels jungle-y to me. Let's go jungle. I do not, Malachor. In fact, I don't have any Assassin's Creed music outside of Assassin's Creed 1, believe it or not. No. Okay, hang on. Go over here really quick. Should be far enough away.
Hello. See you later.
All that effort I did to make sure Jace had pants was all for nothing. Listen, Evo, I'm pretty sure if there's something that I like or you like, we're contractually obligated to dislike. That's the law now. That's how it is.
Incoming!
Someone could double tap on that.
Hits away!
See, we both like donuts.
To get the Nova Blade's attention. There's a Lieutenant Bernavar in charge here, according to Theron. Challenging him would make a fine exclamation mark.
But the problem is, donuts is a wide category of foods. So what kind of donuts do you like? So you say coconut-covered black licorice donuts. Well, then I think we've got our thesis. No, we'll be seeing it, Damashi. Black licorice coconut donuts with coffee. God.
It's like a war zone, Commodore. We're gonna lose everything if we don't airlift what's left to the slave camp.
And we're not backing down just because some upstart crew thinks they got what it takes to break us. Buckle down, be a Nova Blade, and kill whoever's messing with us.
But Commodore Margok...
Nice hat.
You heard him. Kill whoever's messing with you. Or try, at least.
I took down a dozen contenders to get this post. I ain't even a little bit scared of you.
I can tell. So, pro tip. Be a little more scared of me.
I was hoping you'd pick that one.
I really like this new outfit. Thank you again, Arcano. I'm not sure I've ever had a cinnamon donut. I mean, like, there's cinnamon buns, but does that even count? I guess it counts.
The job's done.
Excellent news, but it's only our first step.
One of the Nova Blades mentioned a slave camp, somewhere remote. We should strike there next. Good call, actually. I ran across some chatter about that place. Basically, anyone in Raiders Cove who doesn't give the Nova Blades a slice of their action or whatever gets locked away. Some get put into hazardous labor, like mining, but most are sold as slaves to visitors from off-world. It's a lucrative business for the Blades.
Not anymore.
You got that right. You'll have to slip in with one of the Nova Blade's cargo shipments. I'm sure the island's heavily guarded, so try not to get killed.
I believe Theron means to say he's concerned for your safety, as am I. May the Force serve you well.
So I've actually seen a cinnamon donut before. Just never had one. I tend to like filled donuts in general. Jelly filled, custard filled, whipped cream filled. Lemon filled. The lemon candy donut I've never been able to find again is still the best donut I've ever had in my life. It was perfect. Perfect texture, perfect flavor, perfect everything. So, have you ever had lemon drops, the candy? So the donut itself was soft, but the filling was like chewy. So it was still soft, but it wasn't like just going right through it. There was a bit of almost like biting into a gummy bear. That's too tough. I'm trying to think of a really good analogy for that. Whatever. Biting into some kind of lemon candy, but on top of it, it was sprinkled with crushed lemon drops. Now, that added a crunch factor, but it was only like a drizzle of crunch, if that makes any sense. It was extremely good. No, the filling was actually candy. So good. It was a local thing. I've never seen them again. Lemon candy. Like chews. But I know. There's like 3 gradients of how chewy, chews are. Oh no, it was mandatory at Crazy North. It wouldn't be nearly as good with that extra little crunch. That's why I mentioned texture. A lot of people underestimate the importance of texture on food.
Jakaro, I have a pickup for you.
C2D4 here. We have your coordinates and are on our way.
Been mining exonium for the blades every day for 2 years. All to pay off a lousy $3 grand I owed. And I ain't the only one.
You're free to do what you want now.
Yeah, and we had a talk about that. Even in this place, we hear stuff. About your gang, the way you've been making life ugly for the Blades. We want to be a part of that.
You want to work for me?
Hey, we're good at a whole lot of stuff. Tell you what, get in touch with a pal of mine in Raiders Cove. Harlow Ricks. Check in with Ricks from time to time. Tell him what you want us to do, and we'll do it. Simple as that. You get nice and close to Margok. You give him one for me, alright?
I was gonna say, interesting choice for Liam O'Brien there, but whatever, I suppose. That's just the whole evil twin thing again there, Evo. I don't like most candies or desserts, unless they're cheesecake or pastries. Which are a pastry. I mean, they said it right at the beginning, Orcano. The Force will set them free.
I'd say the Nova Blades are properly distracted. Wouldn't you?
That would be an understatement. Theron's been monitoring communications. You've caused quite a stir.
Want some gratification? Here, check this out. Just recorded.
They're blasting on my supplies, my foot soldiers, taking my workers. What are you people prepared to do about it?
This appears to be your problem, not ours.
How would you like it if I made it your personal problem? Give me Revan. I want to talk to Revan.
No, I don't think so.
You don't put Revan on. The Nova Blades stop rerouting galactic traffic. That ain't negotiable.
Commodore Margok, are you threatening to alter the terms of our deal? I paid you to do a job, and you've done it well. But that's over now. I no longer have any use for your Nova Blades.
Hey, I know Torch and her Mandalorian clan up and left us, but the Blade still got a lot to offer.
Not if you don't have your own house in order. Put an end to the upstart causing you trouble, and I'll consider resuming our alliance.
That's not very Revan.
Did it. You got them running scared.
Margok mentioned Mandalorians. Do you know anything about that?
I heard the name Torch before, but not much else. I'm looking into it.
The Nova Blades still have an impressive roster of hardened criminals at their disposal, and the aggressor is still heavily fortified.
The aggressor's their headquarters. You've seen it. A crashed ship Margok turned into a fortress. Can't get in without the proper security codes.
That won't be a problem for me.
We'll get Jakaro to lend a hand all the same.
If nothing else, the activity will keep him from picking apart D4 any further.
Well, listen to Lana Beniko's voice, Rama, and that's what Revan sounds like to me. See you around, Vigilant. The Vigilant. Wait. What kind of cheesecake do you like, Evo? I think so, Dakota. It's funny because I don't think it's actually available to players, but I could be wrong. Yep, she likes black licorice coffee flavored cheesecake. God damn it. What you're saying, Rama, is at the beginning, before Revan went off to war, sounded like Mark Hamill in A New Hope. And then, after coming back, he sounded like Mark Hamill as the Joker. I suppose I can accept lemon cheesecake. Although I do prefer lemon raspberry myself, given a choice.
You think you scare me?
We may remain friends, Evo, but only is the lemon raspberry. No other reason. I don't know what LOD stands for, but this is from Crisis Core. Oh no, I would never play Lord of the Rings music. That is severely copyrighted. Oh, that's a thing. Okay. Okay. Get some good rest, Evo. And remember, Imperial intelligence is always watching. That's not true. But it sounds until what the? Oh Jesus! Oh God! Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hide in the corners. They have to line of sight. No, not that one, Act. Different intelligence. Not actually even called that, but whatever. I do agree, Rama. Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of my favorite films of all time. If not the favorite. Definitely better than Star Trek and Star Wars.
Theron.
Finally in. Nice work. Now to see where Margok's hiding all his secrets.
You dirty, no-good pirate scum.
Hi.
Funny, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, go ahead and laugh it up. Won't be laughing long. My forebears founded Raiders Cove. This is my island, and I'm not giving it up. So come on in. Do your worst. In the end, you ain't coming out alive.
They've got live slicers and they're managing network security on the fly. I can't do anything until they're offline.
I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will.
Well, time to invade the fortress. By myself. Come on, Bet. We got this.
Hey, now that you've got access to the place, see what you can do about opening a line for me to slice in remotely.
Well, I didn't hear Karth that much, Lataria, since I got him killed as quickly as possible. So, no. Yes. Take two. Vet, are you a healer right? I don't think you are. Oh my god, Vet's not a healer. Vet, could you, be a healer, please? There you go. Appreciate you. Cultivation of force choking Demorians. What would be funny is even though we're in personal instances of this actually shared. I don't even know what that is, Rama. What's your backup? What's your backup? Work with me, Rama. Work with me. Don't torture me just because I like Lord of the Rings. It's not my fault. Okay, it kind of is. You know how much I like Lord of the Rings? The movies, not the books. When I was still in a wheelchair, after getting, after the accident, I just kind of watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy over and over and over. On repeat. For quite a while, actually. Couldn't do much. And I was so out of it that I couldn't play much, so I could only really watch stuff. And my mother graciously offered to change her Netflix address to my address temporarily, because this is back when Netflix would mail DVDs to you. So I just, rented the Lord of the Rings DVDs and just watched them.
You're making the biggest mistake ever. I got connections.
If they actually still send out DVDs, I'm not aware of it. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I'm not aware of it. Like, do you even have a DVD player? I do, because I have a PS2. Thank you, Lateralis. And if you want to put that towards something, Lateralis, please let me know. So, James Bond Nightfire, whatever that is. Or Metal Gear. Done. And thank you, Rama. PCs do not come with optical drive standard, no. In fact, my computer does not have an optical drive in it. I do actually have an external Blu-ray, which would function as a DVD player, in case I actually need it for some reason. But yeah, it's extremely unnecessary. Loop Hero. You got it, Lateralis. Thank you. Type properly. There we go.
Took some work.
I mean, I always did, Jago, but yes. What's funny is I actually still have several of my CDs, I just haven't really had a need for them. Most of the games I still own. I'm sorry, what, Roma? Most of the games I still own CDs of, or DVDs of, I just kind of keep around, you know, so that I can say that I own them as part of the collection. I don't actually use those CDs anymore.
Come find me! I dare you!
Combat still takes a minute. Then again, I suppose I am a tank. Still. Combat still takes a minute. Yeah, I feel I've never answered Malakor's question, although I'm not sure Malakor's there anymore.
Security measures are down. Trouble is, so's the network. Margok must have shut it down manually.
Smelker asks, if you had to move Spawn from Image over to Marvel or DC, first of all, I think that's a terrible idea. But which one would be a better fit for the character and why? Marvel.
Nobody better mess with us now.
DC doesn't know how to handle a character like Spawn. I'm just going to say that as bluntly as I can.
This is my ship. Think you can just walk on in and be left alive?
Apparently. Yes.
Get off my ship!
Okay.
Raiders Cove is mine!
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we officially at the solo mandatory part of the game? Because if we are, frankly, that's gonna be some negative territory. Like, if I'm the only one who gets credit for doing one of these personal instances, for example, that's not great. That was a quick boss fight. Like, you can't even join this conversation, for God's sakes. Because it's just mine. Yeah, this is the FF14 problem all over again. Yeah, I'd like to group with a friend. Not as bad as the FF14 problem, but still.
Theron, are you getting this?
Loud and clear. I'm in. Full access.
This is the sort of momentum we could never create on our own. We need to maintain that momentum. Surely, if the Revanites are done with the Nova Blades, as Revan indicated, they're on to the next stage of their plan.
There'd better be something in the Nova Blades files that sheds some light on what Revan's doing with those hyperspace routes.
Yeah, tell me about it. Starting to feel like flying blind is the new normal.
While Theron's pulling down data, I suggest you start to make your way back to Raiders Cove. Hopefully you'll have found something of use by then.
Is that all the way back to town? That's all the way back to town. So yeah, do you guys get credit for stuff I do in a personal instance? Okay, Organa. Thank you for telling me. But anyways, Rama, there's only one list. There is the list, Rama. So any new games added, any games, period, those go on to the list. I hope that answers your question, because I feel like I'm still not quite getting it. But I am very stupid. I meant for, like, the mission we just did, not the mission we're currently doing, Organa.
What have we learned from the aggressor?
Very little, I'm afraid. It would appear someone took it upon themselves to corrupt much of the data as a last resort.
Meh. Thank you, Blade Javal.
It's a real mess. Getting fragments, but nothing incredibly coherent. The one thing that does keep turning up is the Mandalorian Margok brought up earlier. The one they call Torch.
What about her?
Well, it looks like Torch and Margok were thick as thieves for a while, then something happened. Had to do with the Revanites. Don't really know the details, but it looks like Torch moved her whole clan to another island here on Rishi. I've got the coordinates.
Jakaro, ready your ship. I'll go see what this Torch has to say for herself.
I'm sending Jakaro out on a scouting run. I've made local arrangements for your transportation should he not return in time.
Wow. You've been busier than I thought.
Get whatever information you can from the Mandalorians. With any luck, they'll lead us to the Revanites.
My dear friend the Wrath, always a pleasure to see you intact.
Darth Vowren, this is unexpected.
Well, what's life without a few surprises? There are matters I'd like to discuss in person, and I happen to be near the Rishi system. Perhaps we can meet, enjoy a respite from the bloodshed and destruction.
It's past time we reconnected. I expect we have much to consider together.
I will await you at these coordinates, but do make haste. My visit to Rishi must be brief.
You deserve praise.
Hang on. Okay. There, let me poke out, Organa. I'm gonna poke in.
Nobody better mess with us now.
What have we learned from the aggressor?
Very little, I'm afraid. It would appear...
Okay, it's a real one thing.
What about...
Well, it looks like Torch don't really know the details.
I think I'm caught up at this point. Who would the bounty hunter meet at this point? Mandalore? I guess. Not really a relevant character, to be blunt. Shows up for, what, 2 cutscenes? 3 if you count the one where he doesn't talk.
Jakaro, ready your ship. I'll go see what this Torch has to say for herself.
I'm sending Jakaro out on a scouting run. I've made local arrangements for your transportation should he not return in time.
Wow. You've been busier than I thought.
Get whatever information you can from the Mandalorians. With any luck, they'll lead us to the Revanites.
Dark Lord. Moff Pyron ready to report.
What do you have for me, Pyron?
Your apprentice Ashara briefed me on the Order of Revan. We are discreetly sweeping for infiltrators in your ranks.
Good.
If I may, I've also prepared a briefing on current military operations. I'll endeavor to be quick.
Pyron. Interesting.
As for the Cylinder campaign, Darth Mar is coordinating the Joint Armada with minimal losses. That does raise the issue, however. Our silencer fleet killers are underperforming as the Republic adapts tactically and technologically. We may be able to refine the silencer cannons further, but their radiation output will begin to kill our own gunners. Shall we proceed?
The silencers served us well, but there's no use clinging to obsolete technology at our people's expense.
Yes, Dark Lord. There is also the question of Alzar. Darth Ravage still believes the natives hold no value and expands rapidly into their territory. Your overseers on Korriban believe the Alzarians might be trained as Sith, but to recruit them now could make an enemy of Ravage.
Let Ravage whine at the next council meeting. The Empire needs allies, not resentful colonies.
As you wish. One last order of business. I understand you're on Rishi. Normally, I wouldn't bother you with trivialities, but...
Speak, Pyron.
You have a servant there by the name of Lord Vigil. Like many, he's been seeking an audience since your ascension. He won't say why, or speak to anyone but you. However, Thanaton clearly prized him. He received significant resources for his research.
Do we know anything about what he's doing on Rishi?
Vigil was designated a seeker into matters exotic and arcane. Quite a few of your researchers have this designation. Whether Vigil's work is productive or, like certain other legacy projects, mere eccentricity, is not for me to judge.
Where do I find him?
I'll send coordinates. Perhaps your archaeologist might assess Vigil's work with some insight as well.
Then you are dismissed.
My life for yours, Dark Lord.
Apparently. Thank you, Geludo. I have jotted that down for the Resident Evil 1 remake. Yeah, that was Inquisitor. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Turned around. So, Ect, I'm not going to read your entire question on camera, but let's just say that, yeah, I've had the the autopilot problem more than I'd like to admit to. It's a good question, Crazy Norse, but no, unfortunately, I think I know who's responsible for it. What do I think about Star Wars A New Hope being an analog to the American Revolution of Vietnam War? Not at all. No, it was very, very clearly inspired, much more so by World War II, and the overall tactics and style of approach with that was being done as, especially as it was understood by the people of the late 70s. Return of the Jedi, that's Vietnam. Done very, very poorly, of course. No, it's just I didn't want to read a paragraph on camera, that's all. I'm with you, though. I've had the autopilot problem, like I said. Farron, my buddy!
My good Wrath, you look the same as ever. How many Jedi have you slain today?
Way too many.
Again, Farron.
In all seriousness, how are you? I understand you've been working tirelessly for our Empire. Is it satisfying, your craft? Putting down huts and cults here and there?
These deeds must be done, but I grow weary of running the errands of others.
As I feared, I worry for you, Wrath, and for your future. The Republic claims the Emperor is dead, but I hear rumors to the contrary. The game pieces are moving.
speak plainly.
Consider this. The last Wrath of the Emperor served in that position for centuries, only departing after turning traitor. As I understand, you never chose to become the Wrath. The position was thrust upon you. What is it that you truly desire?
I seek the ultimate test. I seek to measure myself through battle and to become greater.
Through victory, my chains are broken. There is no victory without contest. I have a gift to aid your endeavors. I have come upon indications that you are being watched, and have been for some time. These spies are mechanical, but ingeniously hidden using combinations of ancient and modern technology, welded into form using the Force.
Tell me how to find these droids. I would have words with them.
An associate of mine with connections in the Gree Enclave manufactured this, a device to reveal your foe. Use it to reclaim your privacy if you wish, or to look upon the face of your watchers.
How does it work?
Activation is simple, but I draw your foes somewhere remote. The jungle, perhaps, to avoid interference. There is more I'd offer you, but not until I'm certain we are alone.
Your assistance will not be forgotten, Lord Vowran. Once again, our deals bear fruit.
I will remain on Rishi as long as I can. Good hunting, Wrath.
I mean, the answer I actually wanted wasn't there, Damashi, so... It was, I want power within the Empire, which is not true. I want to challenge myself, which is not true. Or, screw off, which obviously I like Vowran, I want to give him an answer, so... None of those really worked for me. Let's see. Looks like that's Orkano's quest? Up this way, if I'm reading this correctly. No, I mean, your cutscene's like right here, Orkano, if I'm reading the map correctly. It might not be, I'm gonna be completely honest. But yeah, I like how it's a natural evolution of the previous mouse. That's part of what drew me to it immediately. And in the side handles kind of get across the same concept of the cloak without the buggy graphics of the cloak. Yeah, it should be this one right here.
You're good to go. Bye.
There.
I recall Vajal's name, but we've never met.
Still invisible.
What do you suppose he's found out here?
Darth Oculus, eternal Lord of the Unseen. It is my deepest honor to welcome you to Rishi. I'd begun to doubt, but I was a fool.
You sought an audience, and I have come. The Reclamation Service will observe.
On my life, I shall not disappoint. I was sent here 30 years ago, not for Rishi, but to stand on the brink of the Rishi Maze, the dwarf galaxy. Thousands of unexplored worlds just beyond the known hyperlanes. My master tasked me to monitor those dark stars.
You were appointed long before Thanaton. Who did you serve?
I followed Darth Arctis before his ascension, yet my loyalty is to the Empire.
If I may, what has your research uncovered?
I built a deep space communications array to watch, to listen, to try to contact the maze's inhabitants. And I received signals, messages. The language is ancient, contemptuous of translation. There are Sith words, Rakata, Gree. The messages contained instructions for improving, modifying the communications array. Even I don't understand what functions the machines now possess.
These modifications, the technology, did the signals hint what they might be for?
Only in that the technology would grant a great boon, I couldn't discern more than that.
Alien machine enhancements. Now we know where the Reclamation Service budget went.
The signals went silent some years ago, but I believe the array is now waiting for you.
Waiting for me?
The last messages said the array required one twice transmuted and reborn to the Mother.
Transmuted, as I was on Balmora, and by the corruption of the Sith spirits.
And then rejuvenated by the Mother Machine of Belsavis. Fascinating.
Some distant species has been waiting for you, Dark Lord, whether by prophecy or biology. You could activate the array, learn its purpose.
What does your Reclamation Service experience tell you?
My lord, my experience says that pursuing mysteries such as this often leads even the wisest Sith to insanity. History is clear, but curiosity urges me forward, and you have defied the odds so many times before.
Await my return, Vajal. I will examine your machines.
As you will, Dark Lord.
Okay. Listen, graphic bugs are just, it's just normal. You just get used to that after a while. So it looks like the bottom one, most one is me? No, all three of those are me. Oh, yours are right here. Got it. So, in Star Trek, there's an ancient race. Okay, there's like 50 ancient races, but one of the ancient races had this technology where they could put something into a box and basically seal it in time, right? So it would stay perfectly preserved. That didn't look fun. Up until it was opened. Now, you'd find all sorts of stuff in there, like food or recipes or all that kind of stuff. But at one point in time, I know it's... Listen, it's in Star Trek. What do you want? It's even canonically in Star Trek now, Mike Yamano. But at one point in time, one of the things they did was they put a grenade that they'd already pulled the pin on in one of those boxes. I was just reminded of that because Takoida was talking about, you know, galactic level trolling, and it's the first thing that occurred to me. Watching Arcano explode over and over. Is that all of them? Oh, there's one more. No. Alright, I'll save you this time. I'm not hearing it at all. I don't know. The Dark Lord's lifespan increases, by 1 solar cycle. Interesting. Just eating up some more years of life there, as you do. Sure thing, Nataria. What you gonna play if you don't mind my asking? Let's see. If humans had not discovered the Mass Effect relays and advanced because of it, would the Reapers have deemed them not technologically advanced enough to warrant harvesting? Probably not. That is to say, I don't think, well, That would probably not happen, because the Reaper culling was supposed to happen, what, like 800 years before Mass Effect 1? Something like that. So they were already well into its time to cull, and humanity was... I mean, they had spaceflight, they just weren't a major player on the board. Oh, I guess I have to do this, don't I?
When he returns, there will be peace. The Rostam Siege do not permit this.
Well, you heard him. Oh, jeez, I don't have a healer. Oh, you're gonna go play Mass Effect. Well, that's very strange to me. I could not imagine playing those games on a controller. Couple of buttons here, because for some reason Vet was like, nah, you're good. The best part is that didn't count for me.
How's it going, my lord?
Yeah, that didn't count. Let's try over here.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Okay. Did you get credit at least? Whoever that was, Blade Default? You got two. Oh my god. So I spawned mine when Blade Default spawned his. And so he got both of them and I got 0.
You're good to go.
When he returns, there will be silence. The Roth cannot know. The ritual must proceed.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's see what happens. I may have to restart here. That also did not count for me. Blade Tabal got credit, though. Yep, so I'm going to leave group. Also, Malachor, would you like to know the bronze number of the Hutt cartel? Because I was doing it during those cutscenes.
You're good to go.
0.8.
The Roth cannot know. The ritual must proceed.
Now, I was kind of estimating some of those numbers, but whatever. Yeah, that's 11 pluses to story, 10 negatives to gameplay. So, 0.08. Or 0.80, sorry, 0.80. A little different. Hey, 1 of 3. Now, for the fun part. Hey, Space Cadet. I would probably think about recruiting Valron, but I probably wouldn't actually recruit him. He's a little bit too the dark side is awesome to exist within my new empire.
Nobody better mess.
Yeah, even though I got the secluded thing, the observers are still keeping their distance. Yep, so I gotta reset. Which means I gotta go talk to Darth Valron. No.
Nobody better mess with us now.
Like, spell, Mr. Red. I do! Exclamation mark. Although also more traditional shaving as well. Period. Where the hell is... Oh, it's way over here. Dangerous, corruptive, and something to be used under very careful and controlled circumstances, Translator. Oh yeah, by the way, the light side would be treated the same way. Hey, Valron. Blah, 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 blah. Just for the hell of it. Let's go ahead and take the second option this time around, just for you, Damashi.
I wish to rule. I wish to exert my will and my vision upon the Empire and the Sith. That is our Order's way.
So it is, and though it may one day cause us conflict, I would not see your path inhibited.
And that's why I didn't pick that.
I have a gift, and as you act it, I...
Okay, so...
Nobody better.
Back out. Nope. I'm gonna do this out of group. I'm not messing with that again. What I'd want is not power. What I need are tools in order to be able to properly operate. Oh, okay, fine, whatever.
All better.
Look, lightning's cool and all, but it's not really worth... It's not worth the veins, you know what I mean? Lightning out of hands? Yes. Lightning on face? No. Yeah, honestly, I don't like any of those choices either. Something I've actually noticed is the game has stopped acknowledging the character I'm playing. I noticed that in Hut Cartel too. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen going forward. So I've mentioned before that I've heard bad things about Kotfi. One of the most consistently common complaints I hear about Kotfi is that we stop being our character and we start being generic man or generic woman. We'll see how that goes when we get there, but that's a complaint I've heard a lot. Get some rest, Giga.
When he returns, all stars will die. The Ross disobeys programming. Darkness must be preserved.
Well, you heard there. I disobey programming. Oh yeah, Malachor and or Tyron, are you there? I have a question for you. I mean, I already don't feel like the Sith Warrior in the stuff we've already done. You know what I mean? Not my character, anyways. I feel like more like I am evil, mwahaha, than anything else. Probably because it was written from that angle, if I were to bet money on it. And yeah, Django is quite correct. It was almost inevitable. There's no real way they could have made it so that you are actually your character, because not only are you taking into account 8 separate characters, you're taking into account a bare minimum of 16.
When he returns,
you're good to
there
go.
will be silence. The Ross cannot know. The ritual must proceed.
Probably Geludo. And that's pretty much what I'm expecting. And I admit I'm not fond of it. Yeah, one of the things I do know, I mentioned I know three minor little spoilers. One of them is I know I'm going to lose my companions temporarily when I hit Codfee. It's a big warning label on this thing I've got here to help me keep track of content. You'll lose all companions when you start Codfee and get them back at the end of Chapter 9. Also, whenever you start any of the later expansions, Codfee, Eternal Empire, or Ossus, you are locked out of previous content. That's an interesting one. Alright, let's go turn in.
All better.
Yeah, it's another thing. I'm kind of curious how... Like, knowing even only the most vaguest of ideas of what's coming up in the expansions, I'm curious how someone like the Smuggler fits into that at all. Let's do yours first, Arcano. It's right here. I mean, even Bounty Hunter doesn't feel like it would fit.
You're good to go.
See if we can actually see Arcano this time.
Lord Vajal.
Hey.
Was all to your satisfaction, my lord? Were the machines responsive?
The Dark Lord's lifespan increases by a solar cycle. Does that mean something to you?
Then it was real.
What was real?
Real. Arctis believed, Thanaton believed, but I doubted. I feared to offer you false hope. The machines are made to increase life expectancy, cellular rejuvenation. For anyone without your exotic past, the process would surely have failed. But for you, Dark Lord, those machines have granted you months or years, a taste of immortality.
A taste of immortality. I've awaited this opportunity. But I desire more than a few extra dying breaths in my twilight years.
Of course. Then grant me the means to fulfill your wish. Grant me battalions to pacify this world. Grant me scientists to replicate the machines. Grant me fleets to explore the dwarf galaxy. Now we know the secret to your everlasting glory is here. We need only find it.
My lord, I have concerns about this course of action.
You are here to advise. Advise me.
The long search for immortality so often leads to ruin. You saw this with your first master. Who will count Zash among the great Sith when she squandered her power on a fruitless quest? And now, with our empire in such need of your resources...
The cost is too great, Lord Vajal. The outcome too uncertain. It is the Empire's survival, not mine, that concerns me today.
I understand, of course. Perhaps I can prove useful elsewhere. There are other fascinating projects under your command. Lord Madrig's search for lost Had Abaddon, translation of the Flensing Rites. Your predecessors began so many arcane studies.
Give it time, Lord Vajal. An opportunity will arise, and your expertise shall serve me well.
Then I will wait with all the patience you require. Praise to you, Dark Lord.
In the meantime, I have much to do. Come, Talos. Our Empire needs me.
With pleasure, my lord.
Interesting. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Oh, I already did. No, I didn't. Okay, hang on. Oh, they totally would, Crazy Norse. It's almost definitively why we can't actually do that as a, as a group project. Any one of the Sith under us who was like on the help our Sith Lord get immortality project would probably try to
Nobody better mess with us now.
claim it for themselves. Where's Vowron?
Roth, this explains much.
Servant 1.
You should not have destroyed the Opticrons. The droids exist so that we may know you. You exist so that you may serve our master.
You have no need to know my every movement. The droids were an insult.
We determine our needs. You are an instrument of our master's will. Perhaps you have spent too much time serving among the fleets and the Dark Council. First Ilum, then Makeb, and on the list goes. What does not threaten the Emperor is not your concern. We fear you forget this.
The events on those planets concerned the fate of the entire Empire. I will not ignore our enemies.
We are at a delicate juncture. Your past choices are of mixed merit. Trust that we will inform you when you are needed. Now, I understand Darth Vowron sought to meet you here. He has committed crimes against the Hand.
What sort of crimes?
He sought to learn our secrets and interrogated a servant. We believe he is fleeing to the unmapped stars of the Rishi maze. Did he reach you? If he left this world only recently, we might still find him.
If he attempted to contact me, he failed. I felt a presence here and came to investigate.
Then our search must continue. He will not elude the Hand forever. We will not ask that you stay your saber and return to the tranquility of our fortress. Your edge must not
Even though you literally just asked me to do that.
Have faith that all questions, all concerns, will shortly be resolved. The Emperor is returning, and we will fuel his flame.
I will not be patronized, and I'm no one's slave. I am reconsidering our arrangement, servant. If your master desires my aid, he can speak to me himself.
You have made a grievous error!
No, the error was yours.
Damn, I was actually hoping to kill him. I'll give it a pass, though. I was really worried that the only options there were going to be being a loyal servant or being a snarky servant. When I noticed the option to choke him, I actually thought it was going to lead to a fight, and I got excited for a second. Are we already up to our first flashpoint? Oh. Good pace. I like it. Oh, it's extremely risky, but honestly, someone earlier asked, why is it that my character gave up on reforming the Empire? Honestly, there are several reasons, but the biggest reason by far is the existence of the Emperor. As long as the Emperor Vitiate exists, there can be no reformation and there can be no restoration, and that has to be the biggest priority, is removing him from the board. I didn't like the look of your scruffy friend, the big one wearing the droid's head, but he knows his way around a bargain. She's all yours, my speeder. I know every scratch on that bird. I better not find any new ones. Set to go? Yeah, we could do this 3-man. And I don't think anybody else is on to join us, so... That's a good question, Damashi. It depends on the existence of the Empire. Oh, Bragwin can join us. Hang on, hold up. Let's chill for a second. That actually gives me a moment to refill my water, because I'm out. I'll be right back. Yeah, how do I make Nihilus lame? Yeah, but it could be more fun with more people, Arcano. And I know some people, just like to go in. I know, it's a weird thought. By the way, I like the sword blade of all. Oh, I agree completely, Damashi. Like, I mean, it's the common complaint, right? Vitiate is literally Palpatine light and Nihilist light combined. I'm not sure, Act. Oh, that's a cool looking lightsaber. I like it. There will probably be a second stream, but it might be a shorter second stream. So. I'm supposed to have a rewrite project meeting tonight. You good to go, Braven? Or are you about to be destroyed? Where do you get that saber from, by the way? Like, what's the source of that thing? Oh, cartel. Of course it's cartel. Alright, whatever. Let's do it! Well, yeah, Nihilus couldn't call himself Emperor because he doesn't give a damn. Why would he? I don't know what's going to be involved in this particular dungeon.
Tortoise Island.
Okay. I mean, Vitiate is behind everything, Magister. That's why it's so dumb. It's one of the reasons why it's so dumb. Even Palpatine, the Master Manipulator, wasn't behind everything, and he was honestly better of an adapter than he was a planner. No, Mandalorians! Oh, cameras.
Made it inside. Huh. Don't know what you're doing in our compound, but since you're here, let's see what you're made of.
Okay. That's what I was going for, but sure. Like, you realize I don't have to kill a bunch of... I know you're Mandalorians. And therefore, genetically incapable of having a brain. It's a big detriment if you think about it. They're working with a huge disadvantage here. Oh, well, there's nothing here. Alright, guys, so, let's wrap it up. Get ready for the next stuff. Hopefully, probably prisoners. Like I said, genetically incapable of having a brain. Now picture Django saying that in a Yoda voice. There it is.
Wow, look at you. Might actually be a challenge.
Honestly, no, I think Satine's plan... Whoa, camera. Could have actually succeeded if not for the obvious problem of external, influence and the like. I also happen to like Satine, so that's whatever. Die, eggs. You don't belong in this world. I mean, the Mandalorian way is effectively a religion. That's not really presumption, that's just how it is. This is the way, etc., etc. Satine is from the Clone Wars. She's also kind of awesome. I think. Also, I'm just saying she and Obi-Wan should have ended up together. Put it out there. Well, I haven't seen The Mandalorian. I have also not seen The Mandalorian. I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I mean, I'd watch The Mandalorian. It's actually a Labrador. A really good Labrador. Walks around in the mask, you know. Flies around in a jetpack.
What a mess. Nice one.
Probably Jaludo. At which point we'll finally... Actually, no, I think Mandalorian is funded, isn't it? So, yeah. We will someday actually watch The Mandalorian. And by we, I mean I. You've already seen it, of course. You don't mind if we just massacre a bunch of your people, right? No, of course not. We're Mandalorians. Cool. Just checking. Yeah, when we get back to turning on streaminations again, I'm going to look back into the watch party concept, see if they've developed it any, because the way it was not really feasible or workable. But it might actually get there, who knows? That is how it used to work, Kat. It used to be, you needed Amazon Prime, I needed Amazon Prime, and we both needed to independently own the work that was being streamed through Amazon Prime. That's how it was at launch. Like I said, infeasible. Oh yeah, it was also only for the States. If you lived in another country, sucked to be you. So that was even less feasible. So, like I said, I'm going to look into it more once we get closer to actually doing that.
Done pretty well for yourselves. But you're in the arena now. Meet Joss and Volk. Husband and wife. Tough as Durasteel. Undefeated and still eager to prove themselves.
I hope they're looking forward to dying together.
I will destroy you!
My husband, the pushover.
Wow. She really is someone's wife.
This is how it's done, Joss.
Fuck! Like watching dust gather. Let him have it!
Together we can't lose!
Would you like to place a wager on that?
Joss, you're doing it wrong!
She really is. I'm not even making it up at this point. She's just, yeah.
Shape up, Volk!
Hit him!
Have to hand it to you. That was something. Think it's time we met.
My personal favorite example, Space Cadet, was someone my dad used to watch who would write songs and then, you know, I'm not going to name names, but it was someone who was a musician who wrote and sold songs, who went to YouTube to make tutorial videos on how to play those songs on guitar. He was copywronged for his own music. No, it's actually pretty common. It also makes perfect sense, legally speaking. After all, he doesn't own his music. The licensing label does. the reason why that's all a bunch of nonsense, but let's not get into that again. Is that statue going to be okay with the lava pouring over it? How much time and money did that take?
Torch. Shea Visla. That little nickname the locals came up with. Hell if I know why.
You recently had a falling out with the Revanites and the Nova Blades. Tell me everything.
Oh, tell you everything. Sure, of course. Because I never had a Sith try to assert themselves before. Tell you what. Instead of whatever grand gesture of cooperation you thought might happen here, why don't we try something a little different? Been a while since I had a decent challenge. I'm taking this opportunity to show my clan how it's done.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're a boss fight. Let's go. Yeah.
Here we go! Nardralsha! Try harder!
I would, but you're over here now.
Pushing yourself or not?
Yeah, the fire is just like, nah, we're good. We were just there for the cutscene. But the actual fight, we can't fight with fire on the ground.
You could fight.
You notice that interesting bug that's happening because of the ground? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, see. So we don't have a targeting circle here.
Dirty!
Because, you know, because the platform's above the targeting circle.
Haha! Yes!
Well, she brought fire, Dakota. Good morning, Sean. That's literally what killed all of us, if you're paying attention. I got killed because I stepped out of the fire deliberately to showcase what was going on with the targeting reticule. I have no idea what happened to the droid. Although, I think it went down when Arcano went down, because it's tied to Arcano. We can't summon droids for some stupid reason.
Here we go! Haha! Yes!
He does hurt, though. Quite a bit.
Nardralsha! Try harder! Dirty! Dirty!
Hey, droid, do you want to heal us?
Yes!
Just wondering.
You win. I'm taking you down. No more practice. won't let you win.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, the bosses are actually boss fights now. It's great. I'm not sure why this random twit is a boss fight, but you know, not here to argue. You are very close to reaching the maximum of Underworld Syndicate plans. Oh no. We'll finish the boss section before we finish the boss section of the song. Yeah. And she's dead.
Okay, so I'm a little rustier than I'd like to admit. But just a little. Felt good to be in a real scrap for once.
You got what you wanted. Time to return the favor.
Well, that would be fair, wouldn't it? So, you know the Blades went and partnered up with the Revanites. Means you probably know they're up to no good. We helped out the Blades to have a good relationship with Raiders Cove. We didn't sign up for the Revanites in their all-out war, so we bailed.
Can I count on you and your clan to end the Revanite threat?
No, you cannot. We're not for hire. We're not Imperial lackeys. And we're not getting involved. Give me a single target that's worth my going toe-to-toe with. That's fine. But the Revanites and their fleet of warships? Pass.
Where are these ships?
Couldn't tell you. I wouldn't mind it a bit if you chased the Revanites out of Rishi. Off the radar is just how we like it here. Good hunting to you all. Jesus Mandoade! Who's up for a Skarkla hunt?
Okay. Strange, but whatever. Mandalorians, am I right? Jedi should use jetpacks. Then again, Sith should probably use jetpacks. Especially since they apparently don't need to use, like, rocket fuel, even though they probably do use rocket... I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask here. Where am I? Speaking of jetpacks... I would have made that shot with my eyes, and the droid's eyes shut. Stupid Sith.
I understand your frustration, Jakaro, but there's only so much of your bluster I'm prepared to take.
What's going on?
Theron's been captured by the Revanites. Data from the Nova Blades hinted at the location of a Revanite safe house in Raiders Cove. We looked into it and were ambushed.
Revan knew we were here.
It looks that way. It's possible he may have sensed our presence. I couldn't say for sure. Whatever the case, I stand by my decision to not impede in Theron's abduction. And I know Theron would too. Now he's in a position to do what he does.
Where I come from, we value our allies. We do not let them become imprisoned.
Where do you stand on this, D4?
Me? No one ever asked my opinion. Not even the hairy lug here. You honor me. Jakaro does make an excellent point, but then so does Miss Beniko. Ultimately, I think we should go after Agent Sean, as it will allow us to plow through as many Revanites as possible.
Good suggestion,
Hopefully
Droid.
you fared better with the Mandalorians.
Revan has a fleet of warships on standby.
Of course. From examining the Nova Blade's data, it looks as though they've been routing Imperial and Republic fleets here to Rishi.
So the Empire and Republic are drawn into a full-scale battle. And whoever's left standing, the Revanites pick off.
And we still don't know who we can trust. We need to interfere with the Revanites' plans, if not stop them outright.
Yes, it's true. I was able to pinpoint several communications originating from another island. I'm told there's a Rishi village on the outskirts. I can't imagine they would resent our presence there.
The village will be our staging area. After the Revanites fall, I will confront Revan myself.
Yes, my lord. We have to assume Revan's expecting a resistance force now. You should expect to find patrols along the way.
You're good to go.
I mean, that would be kind of neat, Act. I'd still take a jetpack over that, though. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we have another dungeon pretty much immediately next. I don't know if this is it. But we should have, Battle of Rishi soon. Well, you see, Trihexia. That is way up there. How do we get up there? We fly up there. Got it. Okay. Lol. Dakota. Yeah, let's check the mail we just got. We got several, actually. From Morin Kovo. I heard the Howling Tempest gang were supposed to be a serious crew. As ruthless as their name is laughable, they said. Luckily for me, they're all wrong. I told them you're exactly as laughable as your name, if not more. And I put down credits to back my big mouth up. They all took the bet, and suckers. And now I don't have to lift a finger for months, unless it's to order another refreshing ale from the beachfront cabana. So thanks for having a crew name that makes you predictably lame. You don't know what a relief this is, you breaking my man out of that slave prison. I've been trying to save enough to pay the Blade's back taxes to get rent out. But the interest is so high. Pretty much a way to keep him working for free for the rest of his life. Not no more, though. We're packing up before the Blades get wise and come looking. You're a way bigger priority for them, I'm sure, but we're not taking any chances. Brent says he promised to go back to Harlow Ricks for his old pirate life for you anyway. Wasn't a fan of the first time he was into all that, but at least this time around he'll be there where I can get him out of serious trouble. Thanks. And one from Darth Vowron. Roth, I'm afraid I had to cut our visit to Rishi short, as anticipated. I do hope you had learned who it is your watchers answer to, and they use that information to your fullest advantage. It benefits us all when those we must depend upon are able to scrutinize the circumstances with full clarity. Don't you agree? Though maybe sometime, I do hope our paths cross again. It has been a singular pleasure. As always. It totally is. Pillars of Snow, how did you know? Listen. I need Pillars of Snow executed immediately. Just immediately. If you could. Thanks. Anyways, all right. So. I have no idea where we're going, so we're just going to play this playlist. It's like my generic tour playlist at this point. Although it should actually be under gameplay as well. Let's see, if the Warrior of Light existed in Tor as a Sith, Would he be the most powerful Force user? Yes. And what effect would he have in the galaxy? Well, first thing he'd be like, alright, look, all this nonsense, it's gotta stop, yo. This is stupid. We gotta stop with all the stupid and all the dumb, okay? Everyone stop being dumb. Stop. Stop. Okay. Okay. I didn't see a black hole bomb question. What I did see was Ect asking how is the Mass Effect as an FTL method? It still has several issues because there's actually 3 types of FTL in Mass Effect. There's the accelerate decelerate, which doesn't explain a few things, but it's a neat idea. And then there's like the local space movement, and then there's obviously the relays, which is the duh. But I think overall Mass Effect is one of the better FTL methods out there. Yeah, the Warrior of Light just runs around with a wrapped up newspaper. Bad. Bad. No more super weapons. No. Bad.
You're new.
Are you in charge here?
We don't really operate that way, but I can act as that sort of figure if you require it of me. How might I help?
What do you call this place?
The village doesn't have a name. It's just where we Rishi live. Rishi or otherwise, anyone living here chooses when and for how long of their own accord.
I suppose now that we've left Raiders Cove, you're going to start complaining about them instead of the pirates.
You cleared the path well, and made a friend.
I am called a Renkau.
The other inhabitants on this island. Are you in contact with them? Do you know what they're up to?
If an individual Rishi chooses to get involved with others, that's that Rishi's choice. Otherwise, we tend to see no reason to inquire. These other inhabitants, they have also kept to themselves. Strangely, their encampment appears to be segregated. One group looks like her, the other is less intense.
Imperial and Republic traitors working side by side, but still wary of one another.
This may provide an opportunity, either to extract atonement for their deception or to employ a little deception of our own.
It's an opportunity to thin the ranks, is what it is.
Your zeal for making heads roll never ceases to surprise me, D4. But don't worry yourself, it may yet come to that.
I'll take a closer look at these Revanite camps.
And we'll attempt to establish a better grasp of their activities.
I hope we can establish where Agent Shan is being held.
As do I.
We, Rishi, would be grateful for your help around the village. If you choose to provide it, of course. Savor your travels.
I don't know. If we save Troy Baker, we're also saving Gul'dan. Whoop. Yeah, it's nice to have the locals not be part of the problem. For once. Pay attention. All I'm saying is locals suck, okay? We got the Sand People, we got the Ewoks. Jawas don't count. They're not local, so they're cool. lot of enemies. It's very dumb-looking cannons. Don't mind me. Oh, from Outer Wilds Act. Log. Revanite conscript. That implies a lot. Where'd you die? Oh, you're back. Here? Hang on. Hang on. Well, I've got him distracted. He's clearly gonna aggro. Yeah, like I said, Gelato, them having conscripts implies some things.
Be patient, Sergeant, but be ready. As soon as we have word from Revan, our work begins.
When did they have time to make the statues of Revan?
Lord Ivris, sir, it's...
Whatever, hi.
A lot of you. Here, it's impossible, unless we're found out. I suppose Darth Mar sent you to fight his battle for him. Seems his usual way. No, better still. You learned about us and thought Mar could be in on it. You're here on your own. We have the upper hand.
I want you to consider who you're speaking to. Then decide whether you care to test your theory.
You're bluffing. Strike at us now, and you won't make it out of this camp alive.
Really did.
I'll survive. And you'll be the first to go. Then the sergeant. You know I'm right.
She makes an excellent point, my lord.
It does seem we've been less than a step ahead for some time now. Opposition at our heels and in the shadows. You'll get no further resistance from me. I can't vouch for every last Imperial Revanite, of course, but I can speak for those present.
A wise move, Ivris.
I'm going to send out a team to look into your claims about the Republic Revanites. Could be you're onto something.
I never said anything about the Republic Revanites.
You're good to go.
But, sure. I was gonna say, this is probably all the smart Sith here, because they joined Revan, for God's sakes. Whatever. Is that? That's like right there.
You're good to go.
I mean, under most circumstances, Jalita, the answer to that would be a firm yes, so... Tilt my head in here, I suppose. Oh, it did.
There have been reports of skirmishes in the area. I want you to stay alert for anything out of the ordinary.
Such as?
By the stars! Be ready to fire on my mark!
No, not on your mark. On mine.
Oh! You've got Ivris's people. You've turned him against the cause.
Interesting.
Whatever you think you've accomplished, you won't stop Revan, I promise you.
Laying waste to the Empire and Republic. What does Revan hope to accomplish?
Revan wants to reshape the galaxy, to save it. That comes at a cost most find too high to pay. Not me. I'll tell you this much. They took your collaborator to a stronghold in a valley on this very island. I hope you chase after him. You won't survive. That's all. I don't have the details of Revan's plan. Even if I did, I'd never tell you.
Leave. And do it now, before I have a change of mind.
Okay. I'm leaving. I'm gone.
Lana, Theron's being held in a valley stronghold. Could be Revan is there as well.
I'll have D4 see what the Rishi know about it. We'll work out a plan of attack once you've returned.
All better.
Yeah, but he'd never join a Sith, obviously, Zacto. Because I'm pure evil because I'm a Sith. As previously discussed.
I've never met a people quite like the Rishi. Pragmatic, accommodating, reasonable. If it wasn't for the climate, I'd consider staying.
I could see making a home here.
Really? New seat of the Empire, maybe? As I mentioned earlier, I did acquire some information worth noting. Rishi observations surrounding the Revanite stronghold fit what we know. They're holding powerful warships on standby, and they're well protected.
Did any of the Rishi see Theron?
No, all we know is what you were told, that he's been taken there. We've been unable to reach the Imperial fleet nearing Rishi, but I can confirm from the Novablade's data logs that Darth Mar's flagship is among them.
The sooner I set upon the Revanite, the better.
Absolutely, my lord. Press on. Stall their ships if you can, and we'll do what we can from here to reach the fleet and lend support as needed.
Tactical junk will be easier with Theron around.
I'm no pushover, but you aren't joking. We do hope Agent Shan is recovered.
Yes, preferably alive. Now go show the Revanites, and, fate willing, Revan himself, why you are not to be trifled with.
I love the idea that the torturer, we'll call him the torturer instead of the crippler, is just sitting behind the chef who's baking cookies, just whipping them. No, you fool! If you spread them out too much on the sheet, you won't allow the fat in order to drain through it. It'll become too dry. I mean, I could see Sith actually doing that. Reminds me of an amusing little anecdote on the Captain America movie. The first adventure. Adventure, excuse me. It's the bit where Tommy Lee Jones's character is interrogating the evil scientist. The evil scientist says, "What is it exactly do you plan to do with me?" And Tommy Lee Jones, in a really, really casual tone of voice, is like, "I brought you steak. Look. You know how hard it is to get a thing of steak out here?" I don't know if I'd call that a warship, but sure. We'll disable a warship. I mean, that's a ship, at least, the Hammerhead. But, like, that thing? Yeah. There's another Hammerhead over there, too. I know, right, Nero says. Like, I get the intention, but that was definitely the wrong move. Well, okay. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, but thankfully, Hydra doesn't actually exist in real life. As I say, there's going to be an Imperial ship here somewhere too, right? No, I guess there isn't. It's just another Republic one. Wow. Trailer, oh, I like that. There's some Imperial fighters and Republic fighters. Oh, we're in Crazy North. We definitely... Hydra definitely does not exist. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and get some healing in here. Just absorb energy from the world.
Hey.
Of course, that's way at the southern end. Aggro radius is smaller, which is weird. I should not have gone for that. Huh. Why is the quest saying way down there when there's an communication thing, like, right here? Also, why is Bregwin drowning in knee-deep water? What is this, the Crusades? Interesting. Oh god, not GTA 3.
I'm starting to get the hang of slicing. Theron's influence, I suppose. Give me 1 second. There. A hollow record of Theron under interrogation. Coordinates are coming your way.
And Revan?
No indication he's there, but no indication he isn't either. I wouldn't let my guard down.
Okay. And hey! The free location is right here. What a coincidence. Bet.
Hey there. If I die, I'm going to haunt you.
Aw. Of course, he just stands in the water just fine. You. But we've already seen David Hasselhoff in the MCU, Geludo. Okay, so that says Revanite Tech.
You're good to go.
But at a glance, I thought it said Revanite Trash. David Hasselhoff is in the second Guardians of the Galaxy film. Yeah, Guardians 2 has a couple. Some of them seem like they were setting up for something, and none of them have paid off, to my knowledge. So...
You've interfered enough.
Okay, that's kind of cool. A blue and a red lightsaber. I like that. Because we can use the light side and the dark side in equal balance and harmony. We all know the gray side is supreme. Hey, Mega Skullmon Spockmon. I'm doing alright.
You've done it now!
See you around, Dakota. Yep, new territory, as of yesterday, actually, but everything from here on out is new territory for me, with 3 exceptions.
The plan remains intact.
I mean, dark, light, they don't really combine to make purple. Besides, we all know the purple side is just Windu.
Revan.
I should have known the Empire's lapdogs would find their way to Rishi. Try to seek me out. You're wasting your time.
What have you done with Theron?
Theron Shan's fate doesn't matter. Neither does yours. I'm changing the fate of the galaxy itself.
If what you're doing is so great for the galaxy, why not work together?
I can't deny that we'd make powerful allies. But you didn't tear a path through Rishi and my Revanites to help me. The only upside in your being here, really, is that you get to bear witness. My plan's too far along for you to stop it now.
Hi, Theron.
Don't listen to him. It's not over yet.
Theron. There you are.
Figured I had a lot to tell you, so I broke out. Guess I could have saved myself the trouble. Don't know how much Lana or Revan told you, but he's lured the Imperial and Republic command fleets to Rishi.
Revan wants to draw them into a fight. Try to take out the leadership.
It'll barely be a fight. Revanites embedded on both sides are gonna sabotage shields, weapons, you name it. And we can't warn them. Revan had the Nova Blades build him a signal jammer. No communications at all up in Rishi space. It'll be a bloodbath.
As strategies go, you appear to have outdone yourself, Revan.
Too bad you won't be around to see the results for yourself.
This place is coming down. Soon.
You could have joined me, Theron. Understandably, you're as tenacious as I ever was. Goodbye.
All better.
Yeah. What's funny is, if you're paying attention, they give us an option to have the Republic and the Empire working together. Theron and Lana. And they kind of show that in a vaguely positive light. And then they throw all of that out the window by having the primary Imperial and Republic combined force be the Revanites, who are all crazy evil cultists. Even Revan himself is coming across as for all this. I like the individual moving pieces of this story arc. I do. I'm definitely more positive on it than I am not. But the core plot, not so much. Do I have to kill all the droids? Really, game? Fine. Remind me who Thrask is again. And yeah, we're once again facing the core problem. Like, they have... I said this when we were first discussing Revan, back when we were doing those dungeons like 2 weeks ago. You have taken a beloved main character, who the players had a choice in shaping and molding what they were. So you had your version of Revan, and they decided to make a canon version of that, and then they made him a bad guy. Twice. not the smartest move. I think I agree, Blade Travol. I already said that this is definitely moving away from being a bad WoW clone. But I really feel like they probably should have gone ahead and just dipped off Revan entirely and not even tried to do anything with it. Oh yeah, excuse me. Bad guy, capital B, capital G. Good afternoon, Imperial Star Destroyer. We're a few millennia too early for you, but we'll do what we can. Theron, are you... Okay. Theron is right there. Can you see him through the grate? Because he's underneath this platform. He's right down there. Do you see him? Just point it out. Don't mind me. You know the irony of this? So we know that Kotfi in Forwards is much more focused on a singular player character instead of, you know, the 8 classes.
Are you there? Lana, what just happened?
I appear to have sliced through 4 layers of encryption to remotely deactivate the power core.
Just in the nick of time. Don't know if I could have managed that even.
Theron, good to know you're alive. I heard everything. About the jammer, all of it. We need to regroup for an immediate attack. Whatever happens, be proud of what we've accomplished up to now. See you soon.
So, here's an idea. This is not a good idea, let me preface. But it's a way to try and write yourselves out of a bad situation. There's no way they could have possibly had the expansions actually acknowledge all 8 classes and all the nuances each of those classes had. It wasn't feasible, right? Like, it's just, at some point or another, you're going to have to condense everything into one character, right? It's one of the reasons I mentioned that Offspring idea. The idea that you could kind of etch-a-sketch the board a little bit. And actually, that's a really cool idea, and I kind of wish they'd done that. But here's the other idea. Make us play Revan. You get to focus on one character. We still get to kind of choose which nuance and style of that character we play is. Don't have to deal with the 8 classes thing. And the story can then progress in the manner that they wanted it to. Oh, and we get the fan service of having Revan. It's good to have you back.
Take it easy, I'm not exactly 100%, and you're not exactly gentle.
Oh, good! The team's back together again. All thanks to you for saving Theron, of course.
He was practically out the door all on his own.
Theron, you have the intelligence on this signal jammer. You start.
Right. The intelligence I gathered in the company of several interrogation probes while being held against my will. Jammer's on a nearby island. You've probably seen it. Can't be sliced remotely. Lots of Revanite zealots protecting it. The usual hopeless nightmare, basically.
Let them try to stop me.
Time's running short. You know what to do. It's what you always do. Triumph.
You're good to go.
That would just be the children idea again, Geludo. Not that I'm saying that's a bad idea. Actually, quite the contrary. I like that idea. It is, in fact, my idea. I mean, there's so many positives to playing children characters, I can't believe they didn't go forward with that. Especially given the setup for it. Actually, yeah, given how close we are to lunch, let's go ahead and save this for after the lunch break. I don't know how many negatives I'm going to give Revan right now. At the bare minimum, he's 1. But I need to chop off really quickly before Imperial Star Destroyer donates. It's very important.